KMTV Action 3 News Weekend starts now with breaking news.
Let's get right to that breaking news. We're hearing there's a standoff situation unfolding in the area of 46 and Francis Streets right now. That's where we find reporter Joe Cadot with the latest. Joe.
As you can see behind me, police are on scene at the intersection of 45th and Francis. There's a SWAT team on scene responding to a possible standoff situation with Omaha police. And this 911 call was made over an hour ago. And as you can see behind me, there are several police officers and SWAT team members responding to this possible standoff situation. If you're in the area and need to get into this intersection, to the west and north is going to be blocked off because of this active situation. Traffic from the south and east is allowed through, but as you can see, this is an active police situation and people are advised to stay away as long as this scene stays active. And the details we know so far is that this is reportedly involving a possible standoff situation with police. At the intersection of 45th and Francis, Joe Cadot, KMTV Action 3 News.
All right, thank you, Joe. Now to a story that has shocked all of Omaha. A man high on meth goes on a wild rampage on the tarmac of Eppley Airfield. Police booked Delario Kuntz Saturday after he was released from the hospital. Just days prior, Omaha and Eppley police found him screaming at the airport. They say he ran through the airport garage, stripped down, and ended up climbing an 8-foot barbed wire fence onto the tarmac. He then found an unlocked parking ramp at a truck slammed into the nose gear of a Southwest airplane. Today, reporter Joe Cadot caught up with Nones' father.
He finally cried out loud enough where somebody got to pay him some attention. And hopefully from this, he will get the correct help.
Brian Kuntz says his son, 35-year-old Delario Kuntz, had been trying to get help with mental health issues for years and says his son didn't get the help he needed.
Like people talk about, oh, that guy crazy, he did this. Okay, so you said he crazy. Why not deal with the mental issue of that? Maybe he wouldn't have done that. Simple as that.
He says his son, who is a single father of 4, had recently been offered a full-time job, but his therapist told him not to take the job.
He was on an uphill climb long as he was working 12-hour shifts, too tired to do anything else. And then he's about to get hired on full time. And the therapist said, no, you need more therapy. He started going downhill, sitting at home just twiddling his doggone thumbs. Nothing to do but go to a therapist appointment.
That's Joe Cadot reporting. 35-year-old Delario Kuntz remains in jail awaiting formal charges. We'll have more on this side of the story coming up at 10. Well, an early morning shootout lands one man in jail for assault and terroristic threats. Just after 4 this morning, Omaha police were looking into reports of a car being shot at. The victim, Matt Piewinski, told officers that another driver had followed him and shot him near 180th and West Center Road. Shortly after, police found the suspect's car and found a handgun. That led to them arresting Richard Lee Dirtis for 2 counts of terroristic and threats and multiple felonies. Just hours earlier, police found bullet holes at the door of an apartment at Benson Gardens Boulevard. 911 callers reported seeing a man walking through a complex with a gun at his side. While officers were investigating, they say they saw the suspect, Michael Glover Jr., walking with his gun in his hand. He was arrested without incident. Glover was booked for possession of a defaced firearm, possession of a short handgun, and shooting into a dwelling. No one was at the apartment at the time. Well, Blair police need your help tonight finding the woman in these pictures. They say she's responsible for robbing the Sac Federal Credit Union located inside the Family Fare store off 8th Street. Her getaway vehicle is believed to be a black Chevy Impala. The suspect is described as a black woman in her 40s or 50s, wearing a sun hat, black pants, and a gray shirt. And a traffic announcement today, a water main break has all southbound lanes of South 72nd Street at J Street closed until further notice. If you're going to drive that way, look for an alternate route.
Now, your Weather Alert First Forecast.
I'm meteorologist Jennifer Zuppin with the latest update on the showers and thunderstorms, even severe storms that developed here late this afternoon and have held together even into the evening hours. Over Atchison County, we still have a severe thunderstorm warning in effect. These storms have had a history of producing anywhere between 50 to 70 mile-per-hour winds, maybe close to about penny-sized hail. That's where the most active area has been, to the south of I-80, really south of Nebraska City, and it's all traveling in an easterly direction. Now, we have seen some isolated activity here in town, but mainly just off to the east-northeast of Blair and even off to the east of Herman. This is slowly moving to the northeast about 10 miles an hour, so crossing over the river and now north of Missouri Valley. There is an outflow boundary that is forming just to the east of Columbus that may trigger a couple more isolated showers, maybe a thunderstorm, but I think the overall severe weather threat here in the Omaha metro will be low. But the chances for storms will be increasing over the next 24 hours. We'll talk more about when the next round will be moving in.
All right, Jennifer, we'll see in a few minutes. It's been a little more than 7 months since Sarah Root was killed by a drunk driver and illegal immigrant Edwin Mejia. It's a tragic story that has caught national attention on a serious issue, illegal immigration. Today, family and friends gathered to raise money to find Mejia. Reporter Jessica Ritchie has more.
We're out 30 weeks. And it is not any easier than it was day one.
Sarah Root's family is still mourning and still waiting for justice. Edwin Mejia, the driver suspected of killing Sarah, is still on ICE's most wanted list after posting bond and fleeing.
I would have never in a million years thought that he would have been able to run and not be here to be accountable for what he has done to my daughter.
Crime Stoppers in Omaha is offering a $5,000 reward for information leading to Mejia's arrest. Today, friends held a spaghetti feed and raffle at Donahue's Pub to help raise money, hoping an increased reward will bring Mejia to justice faster.
We don't feel that enough is being done, so we feel that we need to step in and actually help raise the bar.
It's just another way to give back to what her family has done for me.
Frank Nowak and Cheryl Sweet had never met the Root family, but wanted to offer their support.
Just feel a responsibility to help them in any way that we can.
These people need our help and our support. They've lost a daughter.
The Root family has been involved politically, introducing Sarah's law and speaking with Donald Trump at a rally in Des Moines yesterday.
He truly does care, and I wish people could see what we all see in him.
Trump has been outspoken against undocumented immigrants and has taken up the Root family's cause. Michelle Root says she will never stop until Mejia is caught.
And I'll be darned if I'm going to let her killer go free and not protect the next person that he will kill.
Jessica Ritchie, KMTV Action 3 News.
The Root family and their friends will also be at the polls in November, encouraging people to vote no to retaining Judge Marcuso. Scott and Michelle Root say that Judge Marcuso set the bond too low for Edwin Mejia, allowing him to free. Well, Donald Trump's campaign team tried to clarify its positions on illegal immigration on the Sunday morning talk shows, but some questions still remain. CBS News correspondent Wendy Gillette reports from New York.
Donald Trump's campaign manager told John Dickerson on CBS's Face the Nation the Republican presidential nominee has not changed his stance on undocumented immigrants.
First, there is still no amnesty. Secondly, he's building that wall. That has been the centerpiece of his candidacy and his immigration vision from the beginning, and it has not changed 1 inch.
What has seemingly changed is Trump's position on what will happen to an estimated 11 million undocumented immigrants currently living in the U.S. Trump's original plan, laid out in November, called for a deportation force to help send them out of the country. But in recent days, his campaign team has talked about what they've called a more humane approach, though they say Trump's views have not shifted.
What you heard him describe there, in his usual plain-spoken American way, was a mechanism, not a policy. I mean, you're going to hear more detail in the next 2 weeks.
On the Democratic side, the chair of the party defended Hillary Clinton after Trump called her a bigot last week.
Donald Trump has not held an event in the black community. He has not gone to a black church, as Hillary Clinton has done.
The Democratic presidential nominee spent the day fundraising in the Hamptons. Trump held no public events. Wendy Gillette for CBS News, New York.
Clinton will continue fundraising Monday in New York. Trump has a campaign event scheduled in New York City. In Boston, police are finally going to launch a body camera program after months of resistance from rank-and-file officers. A department consultant had to select a racially diverse mix of officers to test the cameras because no one volunteered. The cameras officially go live this week on 100 officers. More tragedy for the people of Louisiana. State police say 2 people are dead and dozens injured after an out-of-control bus carrying flood recovery volunteers hit a fire truck and firefighters responding to a wreck. A local fire chief was among those killed. State troopers say that the bus driver didn't have a commercial license and wasn't authorized to drive a bus. Closer to home, a major issue for Omaha schools bus service that has school board holding a special meeting. For the past few weeks, buses have been delayed to and from school. Some haven't even shown up to the assigned bus routes, causing inconvenience for families. OPS says the bus delays are partly because drivers have to learn new bus routes. OPS says it's experiencing a bus driver shortage throughout its contracted bus company, Student Transportation of America. The OPS meeting will take place tomorrow night at 6 p.m. at the TAC building on Cumming Street. Well, the app that took the country by storm, Pokemon Go, is known for a lot of things: distractions, exercise, but now you can add cemetery cleanup to that list. This morning, a group of Pokemon Go players decided to use the app to bring people to Prospect Cemetery at 33rd and Blondo to cut overgrown grass, clean up broken tree branches. They say since so many people wander through the area because of the app, some good should come out of it.
I mean, this is a hot spot, but we just request everybody respect it.
The group hopes to keep cleaning up cemeteries before the snow hits. Well, ahead on KMTV, taking a stand against body shaming, how a local photographer is working to empower women and put a stop to the negative self-talk. And a brand new picture from depths of space. We'll show you how close NASA got to Jupiter to snap this pic.
And while most of the area is looking at dry conditions this evening, there are still some isolated showers and thunderstorms. I'll show you what you can expect for the rest of your night and what's in store for tomorrow.
OSI, your source for Nebraska sports, brings you 90 minutes of Husker highlights tonight on KMTV-3. It all starts with Adam Kruger and Ben Stevens on Omaha Sports Insider Sunday, followed by the inside scoop on the Husker game on the Bank of the West football show. Then, Inside Nebraska, with Greg Sharp and Coach Riley offers exclusive access and behind-the-scenes coverage. Join us tonight, following Action 3 News at 10 on KMTV. OSI, your Husker sports source.
Come on over to Adventureland. You're gonna have a fun-filled day. Adventure Bay is still open weekends through September 5th, along with all of Adventureland Park's rides, shows, and attractions, including the Monster, our new steel roller coaster. Don't let summer slip away. Plan your visit today. It's all included with your admission to Adventureland. Come on over to Adventureland. You're gonna love it at Adventureland.
Ram has won countless awards. We have best-in-class torque and 31,210 pounds towing, along with an exceptionally smooth ride. So, what does all this award-winning engineering add up to? Ram, America's longest-lasting pickups. Get a great deal during the Ram Summer Clearance Event. Financing at an average $12,988 in total values on the purchase of select Ram 1500 Bighorn Crew Cab models in dealer stock.
You won't ever notice, see, smell, or hear the harmful gas that's released as elements in your soil break down. We notice, and we've carefully crafted the solution to remove radon from your home. Beyond the basement, throughout the year, making over 60,000 homes safe again. Thrasher Radon Testing and Mitigation. There's only one right way.
Glenwood, thanks for watching KMTV-3.
An Omaha mom is trying to bash body shaming through art. Now the photographer is hoping other women will join her to wipe out the hate. Lindsay Thies takes her to her photo studio.
And now look right directly into the mirror.
For Fremont mom Molly Bird, smiling in the mirror didn't come as instant as a flash. Like many women, she looks into the mirror and is reminded of remarks people make about her appearance.
I would get questions, oh, when are you due? And well-meaning people, but it was very, very hurtful.
Okay, look right here.
Then she met Omaha photographer Desiree Thrower. Thrower is taking on negative self-talk. One frame at a time. The idea is simple. It's called Project Self-Love. Women are invited to join Desiree at a private home this week. There, she will snap shots. Each woman wears a basic black tank top and shorts. In some of the photos, a model holds up signs
of something that somebody has said to you that has made you feel ashamed of your body. And they'll hold that sign, we'll take that picture, and then they'll hold another sign that you feel when somebody says that to you, what the truth should be.
If you would like to participate in Project Self-Love, it's this Saturday at 7 o'clock in Fremont. I have all the information on how you can sign up online with this story. That's at KMTV.com.
Lindsay Thies, KMTV Action 3 News.
Joining us now is meteorologist Jennifer Zeppelin, and for the most part, at least in the Omaha area, it's been really hot, but you've been tracking a lot of storms around to the south of us.
We have, to the south of us, and now that one to the northeast of us just went severe as it's crossing over the river and moving into Iowa. Right now, we just had a warning that was just issued just to the east of Tecama. So Monona, potentially looking at up to about 1 inch in diameter hail. We're also looking at 2 more counties, Burt and even Harrison County. This is until 6:15 tonight. Potential that there could even be about 60-mile-per-hour winds. So these storms are developing very rapidly. Just a warm, moist, humid day today, triggering these showers and thunderstorms. But as Nick was just talking about, most of the activity has been heaviest the further south that you go, just right around Nebraska City. And that is where the intense thunderstorm activity has been for a good chunk of the afternoon, from Tecumseh right now and then spreading off to the east or near Tarkio, crossing over the river once again. But those are the areas that the storms have been moving so slow, dumping significant rain, and there have been some flooding issues, but no more warnings in effect for that area. A lot of lightning, though, is showing up, and you can see right now that more than 500 lightning strikes being reported just to the south of Nebraska City. It's this storm complex right now that we are going to continue to keep watching very closely. This is the only severe thunderstorm warning in effect, but it is moving to the northeast at about 10-15 miles an hour, so it can dump a lot of rainfall in a short amount of time, and certainly lightning is going to be a major concern with this. Not moving towards the Omaha metro, it is traveling to the northeast. So right now, kind of in the path of that storm would be around Denison, that line moving northward. As we take a look, close-up view on that storm cell right now, I want to show you just how intense it is. Again, potentially right now, getting some indications that this could be producing up to about 1 inch in diameter hail. So that's close to about quarter-size hail with this storm cell as it moves off to the northeast of Herman, right around Highway 127. Now, as far as what we can expect, things that you need to know, 3 things you need to know in the coming days. There's more rain in the forecast here from Monday into Tuesday. As far as the threats for severe storms, it looks relatively low right now, but we could be looking at some heavy pockets of rainfall, thunder, lightning, and some gusty winds with these storms as they develop and form. That severe weather threat right now is expected to be more in the scattered, kind of tropical late-day showers, thunderstorms forming across the area, with the greatest threat for severe storms right now well off to the northeast of us, so into parts of Minnesota. We are looking at sort of those garden variety showers and thunderstorms. Can't rule out that maybe an isolated thunderstorm wouldn't develop during the afternoon, especially during the heating of the day, but we're not looking at a widespread outbreak of storms coming our way here over the next 48 hours. Rain-cooled temperatures. Boy, look at these numbers right now. From around Clarinda to even areas of 70 degrees. Look at Nebraska City sitting 68. And then you see the much warmer air back to the north and west. Here in Omaha, even around Columbus, you have a high right now of 86 degrees. Temperatures here in town, 89, 59% humidity. The winds have been a bit breezy, south-southeast at 17 miles an hour. Our area neighborhoods right now looking at Field Club at 86, so most locations either near normal or slightly above normal. Overnight low temperatures tonight are going to be quite warm in the low 70s. Dry start to the day, but in the afternoon, those scattered showers, thunderstorms will begin popping up pretty quickly. We're looking at highs in the low 80s, which is near normal for this time of the year. 71 for tonight. Still going to keep that slight chance for a shower or thunderstorm in the forecast. If you do have evening plans, I think most of us here in Omaha should be on the dry side. 84 tomorrow, and the next 3 days, temperatures really comfortable, but a good chance of rain Monday into Tuesday, early Wednesday morning. We dry it out here for Thursday and Friday, but more storms move back in Saturday into Sunday. Nick?
All right. Thank you, Jennifer. A year-long mission of isolation has come to an end today. A crew with the University of Hawaii at Manoa spent the last year in a habitat on Manua Loa. It's an experiment replicating what it'd be like for people to live in Mars. This research project is funded by NASA. And we're getting a good look at something out of this world. Take a look at this. Braving intense radiation, NASA's Juno spacecraft successfully completed its first low-altitude swing around Jupiter. And we got a close-up picture of the planet, much higher resolution you can see here. Images are expected to be posted in the next few weeks. This picture was captured at a distance of 437,000 miles. Wow. Well, up next in sports, former Nebraska basketball standout Andrew White III has settled on a new school. Adam Kruger has the details after the break.
For being one with the water, sand, and the land. For those that let the open air guide them. For inspired style, matched only by what it stands for. So head into your local Jeep dealer and take advantage of summer savings while summer's still here. Jeep Cherokee. It's how we live 4x for summer.
Current lessees of competitive vehicles get a low mileage lease on the 2016 Jeep Cherokee Latitude for $206 a month.
It's rodeo time. Gather up the family and bring your friends to CenturyLink Center September 23rd and 4th at 7:30 as Exarban Foundation presents the Cinch World's Toughest Rodeo. Friday night, kids get a free cowboy hat and half-price admission compliments of KMTV-TV. Witness the best in rodeo action and Whiplash the Cowboy Monkey. Tickets are family priced at Ticketmaster.com. September 23rd and 4th. We'll see you at the rodeo.
Omaha's official home for Husker sports is AM 590 ESPN Omaha. The Big Red is on Omaha's biggest all-sports radio station with over 12 hours of in-depth Husker football coverage every game day from the Husker Sports Network and AM 590. But that's only the start. AM 590 keeps the Nebraska conversation going every day with Omaha Sports Insider. Online and on the radio weekday afternoons from 2 to 6 with Joe Quinn and Nick Handley. Omaha's official home for Husker sports. AM 590 ESPN Omaha.
Just announced, Ford Freedom Sales Event extends 0% financing for 72 months on all remaining 2016 Fords. Drive an F-150 Super Crew 4x4 for only $289 per month, or a nice Ford Fusion for just $169 a month. Compare and save at Ashley Ford or ashleyford.com.
Gretna. Thanks for watching KMTV-3. Now, your Omaha Sports Insider Report.
If next Saturday's atmosphere at Memorial Stadium is considered the main course, call last night an appetizer. The Huskers practiced in front of an estimated 3,500 students on Saturday evening. After the workout, a concert was even held inside the venue. The Cathedral should be rocking September 3rd when NU hosts Fresno State in the season opener. Following last night's scrimmage, head coach Mike Riley announced the 4 team captains voted on by the players. They are Jordan Westerkamp, Dylan Utter, Josh Banderas, and Nate Gary. Noticeably missing from the list, quarterback Tommy Armstrong Jr.
And I knew it was going to be hard. A guy like Tommy got lots of votes, but every team has a little different dynamic. It's not unprecedented here. Tommy Frazier, quarterback national championship team, I don't think he was a captain at that time. Scott Frost was not a captain at that time. Tommy is a leader. He's a quarterback. Everybody respects him. So it was just very, very hard.
Riley will hold his first game week news conference tomorrow morning at Memorial Stadium. Meanwhile, former Nebraska men's basketball standout Andrew White III has finally found a new home. White will transfer to Syracuse and be eligible immediately since he already has his degree. The 6'6" guard reportedly also considered VCU before picking the Orange. Well, the Nebraska volleyball team showed exactly why it's the defending national champs this weekend. The Huskers went 2-0 at the Vert Challenge in Eugene, Oregon, and you beat 10th-ranked Florida in 4 sets Friday, then swept second-ranked Texas yesterday. The Big Red's home opener is Friday against Iowa State. Meanwhile, the Creighton volleyball team takes care of the Cyclones today. The Jays rebound from a season-opening loss last night to Wichita State by beating ISU in Ames this afternoon. 3-1. Iowa native Jaylee Winters posts her second straight double-double with 18 kills to go along with 10 digs. Ross Pauley and the Creighton women's soccer team hosting Iowa State today. Second half tied at 1. ISU's Tegan Alexander shoots it just over the keeper's reach for the goal. 2-1 Cyclones. Later in the second, more from Iowa State. Clacy Metalberg gets a one-on-one with the goalie, and that's just too easy. Iowa State goes on for the win today, 3-1. UNO women, meanwhile, hosting North Dakota today over at Caniglia Field. Second half, Mavs up 2. Omaha keeper Aaron Bunker hunkers down to make the save. She wouldn't allow a goal all day. Later in the second, on a UNO corner kick, Sophia Rowe sends it in. Naoki Dumba nearly heads it in for the goal. Carly Cook and Ava Desch would eventually score for the Mavs as Omaha takes it today 2-0. Meanwhile, the Nebraska soccer team gets back on the winning track today. The Huskers beat Oregon State this afternoon in Corvallis 2-1 in double overtime. Millard West alum Brenna Ochoa comes through with the game winner. NFL preseason, Vikings hosting the Chargers at the brand new US Bank Stadium in Minneapolis. Late first half, Vikings down 4. Teddy Bridgewater finds Kyle Rudolph for the 27-yard score. Bridgewater went 12 of 16 for 161 yards and a touchdown. Third quarter, Vikings backup quarterback Sean Hill hits Michael Pruitt, who would eventually fumble. He fumbles it into the end zone, but Cordero Patterson is Johnny on the spot, picks it up for the touchdown. Minnesota wins it 23-10.
Definitely some good luck there. And Adam, we're almost here. Husker game day coming here shortly.
I know, can't get here soon enough.
Absolutely.
Well, you can access Omaha Sports Insider 24 hours a day, 7 days a week at omahasportsinsider.com. That's powered by KMTV-3 and AM 590 ESPN Omaha.
Football is back.
It's time for Packers preseason.
The Packers head to Arrowhead Stadium to take on the Kansas City Chiefs for the preseason finale. Thursday on KMTV.
It's all right here.
Packers, Chiefs. Thursday, coverage begins at 7 on KMTV, your official Packers station.
Join the women of KMTV-3 and Star 104.5
for the 23rd annual Komen Race for the Cure, Sunday, October 9th.
It's a great run for a great cause. Help us as we fight to beat breast cancer.
The event will be held at the Baxter Arena, 67th and Center, just across from Exarban Village.
Register now for the 23rd annual Komen, Nebraska Race for the Cure. Join us Sunday, October 9th at Baxter Arena and Exarban Village. Go to KMTV.com for details. When the weather is at its worst,
showers and storms starting the fire.
Count on us to be at our best.
Maybe 100-mile-per-hour winds in advance of this line moving through.
The KMTV Action 3 News Weather Alert Team.
There's a little bit higher risk for tornadoes today.
Keeping you informed, keeping you safe. On air, online, streaming. When severe weather threatens, count on the team, technology, experience of the Action 3 News Weather Alert Team.
Hey, your clearance. Yes, sir. You know, at the Model Year-End Clearance event, you can get a great deal on this 2016 Passat.
Steve.
Yeah.
Clarence is on a roll.
Yeah. Wish I'd name an event after me.
Same here. But the Model Year-End Becky event?
That's so good. Steve-ent.
That's just vandalism.
Whatever you want to call it, don't miss the Volkswagen Model Year-End event. Hurry in and lease a 2016 Passat S for $169 a month after a $1,000 bonus.
Severe thunderstorm warning continues just off to the east of Tekamah until 6:15. Quarter-size hail and up to 60-mile-per-hour winds expected with the severe storm. We'll keep providing you with more updates.
All right. Thank you for joining us at 5:30. We'll see you back here at 10. Have a good evening.
Omaha.